أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I'm going to be reading chapter 58, the argument, and 22 verses, so we're going to finish it inshallah tonight. Okay, Mona, go ahead please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. God indeed heard the statement of the woman who argued with you concerning her husband and complained to God, and God hears the discussion between the two of you. Indeed, God is all hearer, all seer. Those among you who estrange their wives by declaring them as their mothers, they are not their mothers. Their mothers are those who gave birth to them. And indeed they utter an evil utterance and a lie. And indeed God is partner, all forgiving. As for those who estrange their wives by declaring them as their mothers, then wish to reconcile, they shall free a slave before they resume their husband-wife relationship. You are thus being enlightened, and God is all cognizant of everything you do. However, those who cannot find one, they shall then fast 2 consecutive months before they resume their husband-wife relationship. But if those who are unable to, then they shall feed 60 poor people. This is in order to attain belief in God and His messenger. And these are God's limits, and reserved for the unfaithful is a painful suffering. Surely those who oppose God and His messenger will have the same fate of those before them. And we have already revealed proven signs. And the unfaithful have deserved a humiliating suffering. The day when God will resurrect them all, He will then inform them regarding everything they have done. God has recorded it mathematically while they have forgotten it, and God witnesses all things. Do you not realize that God knows everything in the vacua and everything within matter? There is no secret conversation amongst 3 that He is not the 4th, or amongst 5 that He is not the 6th, or amongst neither fewer nor more, except that He is with them wherever they may be. He will finally inform them of everything they have done on the day of resurrection. Indeed, God has full knowledge of all things. Do you not know those who have advised not to have secret meetings, yet they reverted to what they were advised against, and they attend secret meetings sinfully and with hostility, and they disobey the messenger. And when they come to you, they greet you, but not with the greeting that God greets you with. And they say to themselves, God will not punish us for our utterances. Gehenna is their abode, wherein they abode. What a miserable destiny. O you faithful, when you hold secret meetings, do not do so sinfully and with hostility, and to disobey the messenger, but do it for righteousness and fear of God, and fear God, the one to whom you will be returned. Indeed, secret meetings are the deed of Satan, through which he causes grief for the faithful. However, he cannot harm them in the least, except by God's permission. And in God the faithful shall trust. O you faithful, when you are told to make room in the gathering, you shall make room. Consequently, God will provide room for you. And when you are told to get up, you shall get up. God will elevate those of you who are faithful amongst you, and those who are granted knowledge in ranks. And God is all cognizant of everything you do. O you faithful, when you consult with the messenger privately, offer something to charity before your consultation. This will be better for you and purer. However, if you cannot find anything to offer, then indeed God is all forgiving, all merciful. Are you afraid to offer something to charity before your private consultation? However, if you do not do so, and God accepts your repentance, then observe the contact prayer and give the cleansing charity, and obey God and his messenger, and God is all cognizant of everything you do. Do you not see those who turn to people who have deserved God's wrath? They neither belong to you nor to them, and they swear by falsehood knowingly. God has promised them the ultimate suffering. Indeed, evil is everything they do. They have taken their oaths as a mask. They thus repel from the path of God. Therefore, they will endure a humiliating suffering. Neither their money nor their children have any value in the least at God. They will be the dwellers of hell, wherein they abide forever. The day when God resurrects them all, they all swear by him, as they swear by you, and they think that indeed they deserve something. Absolutely, they are surely liars. Satan has taken hold of them and made them forget commemorating God. These are the party of Satan. Absolutely, the party of Satan shall always be the loser. Indeed, those who oppose God and his messenger will be amongst the lowliest. God has decreed that most assuredly I and my messenger shall be victorious. Indeed, God is all-powerful, almighty. You will never find a people who believe in God and the last day, loving those who oppose God and his messenger, even though they may be their fathers or their sons or their brothers or their relatives. These are the ones whom he has decreed faith in their hearts and strengthened them with the Spirit from himself, and he will admit them into paradises with flowing rivers beneath them to dwell therein eternally. God will be pleased with them, and they will be pleased with him. These are the party of God. Absolutely, for sure, the party of God shall always be successful.
MashaAllah. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Okay. Are there any questions, any comments, any observations?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Fariel. Yes, go ahead, please.
This story is definitely about God, not this that. Am I getting a feedback?
You are cutting in and out.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a storm here that all day. So I'm just gonna hang up.
Yes, I know. Are you safe there?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, Dr. Fazely.
Okay, mashallah. Very good.
Can you hear me clearly now a little bit?
I can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was just saying how important when God said, go down all of you and then multiply, God takes this command seriously. That it's a spiritual being between a man and a woman, and that to break into this is a serious matter, and he knows how we feel about it. So I'm thinking about slowly. We cheated ourselves during the lockdown. God allowed us to have relationships because it's also important. And
yeah, it's a very sacred thing. Yes, that's right. That is very true.
Yeah, so we don't just willy-dilly fornicate and be around other people and do things. This relationships are very, very God, and we shouldn't fornicate or be around other women and other men and cheat our souls. That's what we're doing. I'm going to hang up because
that's very true. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any other observations or anything? You know, this is the only surah in the Quran that has the word God as mentioned in every ayah at least once. Okay? So that's observation that we should make. So it shows the importance of this surah and how important it is for us to abide by these commandments that God is declaring here in this surah. So make sure that we we go along with it and honor it and try to obey it. Okay, anything else? Any other comments? Any questions?
Assalamualaikum, Ms. Parvez.
Alaikum assalam, Parvez. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Firstly, I just want to say God bless you on your special days. And may you have many more.
Yeah, thank you.
Just wanted to go to
so
verse. I want to go to verse 8 and 9.
Okay, very good. Okay.
I mean, this is the norm of human society.
Yeah.
Is this about spying and?
It just tells you that you know that secret meetings are not looked upon kindly by God, and He says to avoid it. It's not a good thing to do. I mean, you know, there are secret meetings all over the place. Okay, you know, leaders of countries, they're going to have secret meetings. They don't tell their people what they're talking about to each other. What is the point to that? What is it that they are trying to keep away from their people? It should be all in the open. If they want to talk to each other, it should be all in the open and everybody should hear it, what they are saying to each other. Okay? If one side is threatening the other side, everybody should know about it. If they are doing it, that's equal. And, you know, there is a story about Abraham Lincoln that when he wanted to meet his counterpart from the South, they said we are going to be face to face and an impartial place. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to do it that way. That's a godly way of doing things. Okay, so all of these meetings that you see, okay, they are satanic things because this is what Satan does. This is what God warns us about. Okay. So if we had a world like that, that world would be, you know, it's a reflection of paradise. Otherwise, the world that we have today is this world today, okay? And there is, as I said, there are no reasons for these things. There is no benefit to secret meetings except that it's going to bring disaster to people, and so, you know, it's not looked upon kindly by God, and God warns us about it. He said, "This is Satan's trick." Okay. Yeah. You see, it says, "Indeed, secret meanings are the deed of Satan, through which he causes grief for the faithful. However, he cannot harm them in the least, except by God's permission, and in God the faithful shall trust." So, you know, that's what it is. And, yeah.
But we're in total violation of this law. That's why there's so much chaos.
Of course, we are total violation, absolute violation of this law. Exactly. Okay. There are secret clubs that they have their own secret meetings. Nobody knows. They don't allow people in there, and all of those things are satanic organizations. Let's put it that way. It shouldn't be like that. It should be all open for everybody. Okay.
God keeps reminding us that everything is being recorded. There's no point in that.
Yep. Yep. So God says He's watching it. He knows what you're doing. Okay? That's what He says here. He says that there is no three people who can see. What was that we just read? Okay.
That's 7.
7. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. It says 7. You see that. Do you not realize that God knows everything in a vacuum and everything within matter? There is no secret conversation among 3 that He is not the 4th, or amongst the 5 that He is not the 6th, or amongst neither fewer nor more. needs more than 6 or less than 3. Okay, so 2 people are getting together, God would be right there. Okay, so there's no secret there. Okay, and, we talked about this. We talked about this entire universe, which is a collective consciousness. Okay, we talked about this, so often, and so there are no secrets. God knows it. Okay, the walls and things are not going. And people who are, people of God, people who fear God, those people know. Mary knew it. And Joseph knew it. Okay, and 2,000 years later, and 3,500 years later, we still have the problem. 4,000 years later, from the time of Joseph, we still have problems. Okay, we still think that if you go and lock the doors and everything and get all the bugs out, okay, and then other people, they go put a bug in there and see what these guys are talking about and all kinds of things. Okay, so it's absolute violation of this whole surah. And as I said, the importance of this surah that you see the word God in every verse. So then you go ahead and figure out what God is trying to say here. That's what my point is. My point is that, we expect somehow some kind of blessing from God by doing these things. We can't do that. Okay? You cannot invoke God's blessings upon yourself and upon your family and upon your people if you keep violating these things, these commandments.
When I look at verse 11, it's even more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, to make room. You see, this is complete humility on this person's part. Okay? No ego. Get up. Okay, I'll get up. Okay, God will make room for you. Okay? So, it's God's way of doing things. God's way of testing people. See who they are. Do they give in to their ego? Are they humble people? That's what God is telling us here. It says that when you're told to get up, you shall get up. That's it, no argument. Okay?
So in other words, we should consider it as a will of God if somebody is going to get up.
That's right, yeah.
Make it simple on us. Just leave it to God.
Yeah. So God says that. He says God will elevate those who are faithful amongst you, and those who are granted knowledge in ranks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't believe, but
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other comments or observations or questions?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Mahmoud. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, 6 and 19. They have that relationship of forgetting God and the cause of it, the devil in 19.
Mm-hmm.
They forget commemorating God. That's when we do not commemorate God. We don't know who we are, actually. You don't know yourself if you don't know God. And
Yep.
we see that Satan has taken all of them and made them forget commemorating God. In 19.
Yeah. Today, remember, Mahmoud, that I talked about the thing about the importance of Jumu'ah prayers. Okay. You know how many people that they saw Rashad, they were with him and everything, and they canceled the Jumu'ah prayers. Okay. You saw the mathematics of it. It's right in front of our eyes. Okay. And you go about this thing and people just do not pay any attention. And this is what has done Satan to them. Satan has done this to them. Satan has taken hold of them and made them forget commemorating God. He loves to do that. Okay? Today, for some reason, I don't know, our system here just went crazy. It just stopped. Okay? And, I don't know why. Later on, it's okay now. You see, there's no problem. So I worked on it for a while, and then I pushed some buttons and click here or there, and all of a sudden, presto, it's okay. Right? But today, I was trying to give some information, okay, and somehow he didn't like it, okay? So it goes back to chapter 22, verse 52, okay? That Satan comes in there and fiddles with these things. So, but you know, again, in 21, look at 21. It says, God has decreed that most assuredly I and my messenger shall be victorious. Indeed, God is all powerful. So,
yeah. And you know, that's the word used in 62 is Digrullah. Says, you shall rush or hasten towards commemorating God.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Same exact word. Digrullah.
Yep.
Commemoration of God should be our.
Exactly. But I mean, you know it as well as you that a lot of people basically abandoned it.
Yes.
Anymore, okay? They brought all kinds of reasons why they shouldn't do it. Okay? And somehow they convinced themselves. But you know, that's how Satan does things. Okay? I mean, he doesn't want this thing to be out there at people's disposal, at their fingertips. So, you know, yep.
Well, that is the only way that he can mislead us to forget God.
Yeah.
It's true. Be aware of that, mashallah. Well, that was an amazing Friday numbers today.
This is amazing. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, what did we know about chapter 42? Okay, way back, 40 years ago, 35 years ago?
Yeah.
Nothing compared to today, okay? It's right in front of our eyes. Tells you that chapter 42 has 53 verses, is supposed to have 353 hamim in it, okay? It's right in front of mathematics, speaks to us, okay? I mean, I don't know what else to say. And as I said, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that. I just could not believe my eyes. Okay. But you know, that's the view that he shows you. You see that? The view that he shows us, right in black and white, okay, as I showed, from that table that's not mine, okay? And that's the amazing part. And so that he gives us reassurance, and he gives us certainty that what we are doing is okay and is correct. It's the way to do it. Yeah.
I just can't figure out how people will argue with, against such super mathematics.
I mean, there is no argument. You know, I mean, you cannot reject the truth. Okay, it's right there. That is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. That, you know, every time you think, like, you know, we thought that the fact of the matter was that the 19th Gaussian Mersenne prime was 353, and the exponent of the 19th Gaussian Mersenne prime was 353, and the exponent of the 19th Mersenne prime 4253. We were happy with this. You see, we were happy with this. They were both 19, and they were both related, but this one also 353 is the number of hamims in chapter 42. It has 53 verses, okay? But you know, you come down here and it says right in front of you.
Just settles the matter.
The 353 regular 353 regular prime is 4253. Can it be more straightforward than this? Okay? I mean, can you imagine this 3 first bullets that I have here on the web right now? Okay, on the website? These 3 bullets and our knowledge way back then, okay? And there are people who are sticking to that knowledge. That's the sad part about it. Okay? And this is right in front of us. He's talking to us. Okay? He tells us in the language of mathematics. And you, as I said, you can explain this to anybody. You don't have to speak the language or anything. You just show them these numbers. And the numbers are speaking. Yep. It's awesome, isn't it?
There's no words to describe it.
No word to describe. Exactly. There's no adjective.
When I saw it, I just broke down. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I broke down. I never felt it when I broke down.
Yeah.
Terrific. I mean, people don't want to expand with God. I mean, they're just trying to.
You know, as I said, you'll be left behind. I mean, look at it. I explained this to you today, okay, to everybody, okay? And I said, you know, this morning when I woke up, and you guys woke up, and everybody woke up, compared to the day before that, okay, this local group of galaxies, which is about 3 million parsecs, 3.3 million parsecs, okay? And this one actually expanded, 3 megaparsecs, okay, 3.3 megaparsecs. This local group of these 3 galaxies, they are actually they expanded by an amount of 50 times the distance from here to the moon. Okay, that's how much they expanded. And if you do not move with this knowledge that God has given us, you are going to be left behind. You are with the knowledge of a universe which was much smaller than today. And tomorrow is going to be a different thing. And God has entrusted this to us, that we have to move. And look at this. As I said, this is this first 3 bullets. This is the view that God has shown us. And it's a breathtaking view.
I mean, it's a difference between darkness and light. Here it's light.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they embrace the darkness going back.
Yeah.
So basically, God is teaching us that through all these mechanisms, if you don't follow Him, you're going to be in darkness at the end of the day. I mean, you have no clue where you're going.
Yeah.
Very. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Salam, Dr. Fazely.
Walaikum salam, Shakira. Go ahead, please.
One of the verses, that 58:18.
Yes.
God is actually telling us that these people, when they are resurrected, they will continue to swear that they worship Him alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that they are liars, but they don't even understand that even after the day of, when they come back and get resurrected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I was saying, Shakira, I mean, we basically expect something for nothing. See? I mean, there's a fairness criteria, okay, that we have to follow. That what have you done that you expect this? Okay? Remember the guy said, oh, even if I go there, I'll have better things back there too. Okay? I have everything in this world, and when I go back there, I'm going to have better. Why? What have you done? Okay? The question, as I said, is a fairness criteria. And they just completely nullify all these things, and they expect something in for nothing. Doesn't work that way. Okay? So these guys are the same way, okay? Their resurrection, we deserve something. They deserve something. Why? Okay? What have they done except repelling people from the path of God and all kinds of nasty things? And they have in a fight basically with God, and continuously, it's not going to work out that way. God says here in chapter, this verse here, verse 21. Okay, this is His promise. God has decreed that most assuredly, okay, I and my messengers shall be victorious. Indeed, God is all powerful, almighty. Okay, so. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
From the Jumma.
Yes.
I don't know why it's resounding like that. So you said God will share you with us. I don't know why it's resounding.
What
is
it?
The feedback. Speak around, maybe on the speaker.
It never resounds, but
it's happening to everybody. It happened to me also.
Happened to you what?
Feedback.
The feedback. I have feedback here.
So sorry. Can you hear me now, Dr. Fazely?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You said his view with us.
Yeah, view. He shares the views with us. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So is the view is the math or something else?
I mean, yeah, he's telling us the story in language of mathematics. Okay, this is a view. This is a beautiful view. The first three things is a beautiful view. Okay, I was absolutely exhilarated. Let's put it that way. I don't know how to explain my feeling that day when I saw this. Okay, when I saw regular prime is 4053, I could not contain myself. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the view that God knows that, obviously, and He shared it with me at that time. That's my point, and that's how you feel the joy and the contentment and fulfillment. That's what I meant.
Okay, I understand that, but you told us a few things that the Moses having was also consists of mathematics.
I didn't hear what you were saying. I don't understand what you're saying. I cannot hear it very well.
All the miracles that happen, they are also created.
Miracles that happen, they're all
No?
So what?
Oh, no, I mean the mathematics is altered or done in such a way that the river parts and things happen.
Yeah.
No, that's how I understood one time when you talked about the party. I mean.
No, I mean, yeah. This is how God has chosen to speak to us. This is today's language. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And He's given us this, which is exact. Okay, there is no way you can interpret this in any other way. Okay. When 353 lines up as the index of 4253 in the domain of regular primes, there is no way you can change that. That's what I was trying to say. And that's the view that God obviously has, and He's shared it with us so we can see it. We can enjoy that view.
Yeah, I understand that completely now. Yeah. I was thinking of that, but also something else.
What was it? What was the other thing?
The other thing was that these kind of things that we are seeing, and you said that you actually said that we are going to be seers simply because of what we are seeing right now, because we already started to see some of the things that we are going to be seeing in paradise as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a preview of what's awaiting you. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I understand that now.
Paradise is a place that you are sharing that view that God has. That's the enjoyment of it, because you are there with God. Okay, and you can see things that you've never seen before. Okay, so when we were there, we could actually see God. Okay, that's a view, and that view. So now that whole thing, now you extrapolate that to this world here. We cannot see God here with these eyes. Okay, remember what happened to those guys? What Moses said to God? He said, "Let me take a look at you."
Yeah.
And remember, he said, "What happened?" Well, he said, "You cannot look at me." Okay, that's what God told Moses. And Moses said, then God manifested himself to the mountain, and the mountain was wiped out, and Moses fell unconscious. Okay, so that's with these eyes we cannot see, but this is the view that he shows us. And so that's why I was saying that everywhere you look, you see God's face. Okay, and this is a view that he shows us from his magnanimity, if you will. Okay.
Yeah, you said that the eloquence, the magnitude and enlightenment, infinitude of God's creation is in those numbers.
Yeah.
So actually, when we are looking at those numbers, we are practically seeing his face.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what it is. Okay.
Okay, so I understand it better now.
Very good.
And salam, Dr. Fazely.
Welcome, salam, Nishat. Yes.
On the same page that you have it open now, so after talking about 4253 and 353, then you refer to 670.
Yes.
Can you just explain how 670 connects with these two?
No, what I was trying to say about 670, that I was trying to connect that to 9127. Okay, see, 670th verse in the Quran in the uninitial surah is 9127. Okay, but 670th 670 is a composite. Its index is 548. But 548th additive prime is 9127. We've known about this before. But what I underlined here, you see 548th regular prime is 7019. And that 7019 is the numerical value of the verse 9127. Okay? That's what I was trying to say, okay? Because this goes well beyond this 353 and 4253. It has also other relations with other prime numbers which happen to be from the domain of these regular primes. And they also give more credence to why these verses are supposed to be in these places and what they are supposed to narrate to us. Okay? So this one, for example, this what I said here, that see that 7019 is 903rd prime number, regular prime number, not regular prime. Okay, I have it in my ordinary prime number. And then 748 composite happens to be also 903. But 748 lonely prime is 9127. Okay, this 7019 is 114 index additive prime. But look, okay, this is a seamless thing. This whole the whole write-up that I have here. Okay, so all you have to do just Control F, which find something in this for you, and just say 7019. And there it is. It keeps highlighting this, and just you click on this arrow down, and it goes here. Okay, there it is. You see, index plus prime is equal to prime. 114 is 619. 114th prime is 619. Index plus prime 808 plus 6211 equal to 7019. That's what we just discussed. This happens to be the 114th such prime. But here you see 6211 That tells you chapter 62, which is called Al-Jum'ah. I'll have it, Surah 62, Friday has 11 verses. 808 verse in the Quran is 619. 114th prime number is 619. 7019 is 903rd prime. 903 is 748 composite. 748 lonely prime is 9127. Surah 9 has 127 verses. 7019 is the numerical value of 9127. But what we didn't know back then, there's another relation between 9127 and 7019 using the new finding, which is called the regular primes. So they have that relation as well. They have the same index, which is 548. Okay? So that's what I was trying to say.
Got it.
So if you have something which I haven't mentioned, that it is in there, it is in this write-up, and you can search for it like this and see what kind of other things it has. Okay?
Thank you for showing. That's
okay.
Very nice. It's just, as you said, as the universe expands, as the science, as knowledge expands, it's just layer after layer after layer, and it's just
exactly.
I mean, your head just spins because it's just like in its simplicity is the most complex thing.
Yeah. Well, as I said, math is extremely complex. It's not that simple. Okay, this math is very complex. It's a very complicated math, but the point is that you see these views, okay? And these views are basically numbers. And that's the beauty of it. And then they come back to narrate the story of all of these things that we read in the Quran. Okay, these commandments, what Joseph did, what his brothers did to him, what happened to Moses, okay? All of those things. And then it gives you also the certainty about the fact that when he says that he told Moses to hit the sea with your staff, and then it parted the sea, it actually happened because of these numbers. See, that is the key.
Yeah. Well, what I meant to say was its complexity is simple, meaning that, I mean, when you were talking about what's the definition of a regular prime number, I don't know all those theories, and I may not even, most probably I won't understand it even if I read it. But putting that aside, relationships are simple to understand if we don't dig into even those theories and stuff like that. It's just for somebody like me who doesn't have the mathematical knowledge, I still can appreciate it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Because it has an H. It doesn't H.
Something doing something there.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Mahmoud. Yes.
Verse 22 is grade 1. We have to do
exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah, go ahead.
That's we say that making God our best. And by the way, every word we say, we are getting back on us. So I don't know if it's the telephone system or if someone has their speakers on. Every word that I say or somebody says, anyone does, except you. When you are talking, it's fine. And when somebody is talking, now it's okay. I don't know. Now it's fine. I don't hear myself. Okay. So here, you will never find people. You will never find people who believe in God on the last day, loving those who oppose God and His message. Even though, look at this, father, son, brother, relative, any, friends, whatever. But we can see that if they are opposing God and His messenger, what does that mean? That they are not connected to God. They are neglecting the message. They don't consider anything valuable. And basically they're in the devil's pocket. They're in Satan's pocket, as we saw in verse 19. They forgot God. They have nothing to do with God. And you are associating yourself, giving your time, all your valuable time. You are fallen in their trap. And you will forget God too. But, that's how Satan works. He comes us through our friends and to our people that we respect and cherish. That's how he comes. We don't see them. We don't see the devil. But he comes through the people. And he will use that. And really a great warning that we have to really heed. Anyone who is not connected to God and is not a friend of God, he is not your friend. Be like Abraham. And he used "oof," the word that God said, "Do not use to your parents." He used that to his father. He said "oof" to you and to what you worship. And we will read that. It's coming in later chapters. Abraham calls them "oof." This is a great warning.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good, very good. I'm glad you mentioned this verse. Yes, very good. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Fazely.
Walaikum salam, yes.
This is Jerry. How you doing? Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Fazely. Thank you for it. Just the message is unbelievable, this message we got. But I just want to share with everyone, and I'm sure you probably heard this, there's a book that I purchased recently from this guy named Stephen C. Myers, and it's titled The Return of the God Hypothesis. And it just talks about all these scientists and doctors and how they now all come to the conclusion that there must have been an intelligent design. It is amazing. It is confirming everything we're talking about. It is just absolutely all these scientists from Kuntz and even astronomers finding out. They said this God, the only perfect explanation says here, this is truly a superb analysis of the relevant evidence. Stephen C. Myers convincingly demonstrates that the God hypothesis is not just an adequate explanation for the origin of our fine-tuned universe and biosphere, it is the best explanation.
Very good.
Just absolutely just confirming the Quran. It's just amazing how these guys are saying. They've been having all these hypotheses, but now they said, what can control the design of this world that we're living in? It's got to be God. And that's all this book is talking about. It is amazing. It's titled Return of the God Hypothesis. I just want to share that with everyone and just say, alhamdulillah, just got me over here shaking just how I read it. And it's just all Quran. It's just explaining the mathematics. These guys don't even know what they're saying, but it's just amazing. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Dr. Fazely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. Anything else before we quit for tonight? Okay, so if there are none, then let's just quit for tonight and we'll